your boy here, Joe Small, just to give you all a little bit of a heads up that if you go on over to the More Bros podcast, you will see that there is a brand new name. It's a complete and utter reshift, complete rebrand in a manner of sense. We have a new name, ladies and gents, and I'll show it to you right now. There is the new icon or a little banner that we would have, and yeah, that is the new that is the new banner for the podcast, and that right there is the new icon. That is the new profile pic, if you may, for the podcast. It is now called the J and B podcast. As you all know, my good friend Ben Coleman, aka Benny Boo, is my main man right beside me. And then we have Kia that tries to join us as often and as regularly as he possibly can. But he has a family, so a young family that is, so he's not always going to be able to join us. But the main two is going to be myself and Ben. This is only a temp. Um, this is only a temp profile pick for the channel. Myself and Ben are going to try and get a better pick for it, but this is around to whereabouts where you can be expecting the icon to look. I am thoroughly blessed that we were able to get a new name for it. We were talking about it. We had several. We've had a bit of a chat in the group chat that we have with myself, Kia, Ben, and Josh, who are most likely always going to be on the podcast. So I'm going to send you all a little bit of a screenshot or etc. of what, and how around we came to J&B podcast. Kia was a little bit iffy with it, but came onto it a little bit after a little while. So yeah. So that is the new name for the podcast. We are now the J&B podcast. You never know, a better name for us may come along in the future. You're all probably still wondering why have we changed the name of the podcast, and the reason to why that is, ladies and gents, is because of one thing and one thing only, and that is my brother Brennan, as the former name of the podcast was the Mall Bros podcast. It was because it was supposed to be myself and my younger brother Brennan, but Brennan has football training every Thursday, so he's unable to join. Hopefully, though, this Thursday he's able to join us, as he's currently injured. He was supposed to join us last week, but he, for some reason, went to the gym whilst he was injured. Yeah, you tell me where that makes sense. But I've stated to my brother, if he wants to join us for the next episode, to let me know, and we will do our best to fit him in. And yeah, if you guys and girls have anything that you want to say, or anything that you would like us to talk about, any topics, or anything like that, any topics that you would like us to talk about, please get down in the comments. Let me know what you boys and girls would like me and the rest of the guys to talk about during the next podcast episode. I mean, this is amazing. I'm really happy with the new name. I think it's nice. It's simple. It's easy. I did like the Mall Bros podcast as a name, but we just couldn't keep it as the Mall Bros podcast because there was only going to be me as the main Molyneux brother there. So yeah, we've got that, unfortunately. So I mean, it's better. I think it's better off for us because with the likes of myself and Ben, who are extremely passionate with this podcast, with Ben also someday in the future, maybe wanting to do his own podcast, I have also told him I'm more than happy to help him out there in any which way possible. And of course, having the likes of Kia and Josh, two big personalities, two lads that I have known for a very, very long time, including Ben. And that is to why I feel like the podcast is what it is, and it feels right with us, because we're a bunch of idiots. Like, we're a bunch of good friends, known each other for a long time. We never really used to hang out properly, but whenever we saw each other, we got on like a house on fire. Me and Josh, we've known each other since we were kids. We practically feel like we're related in a manner of sense. We kind of feel like we're cousins, but we're not. You know, there's always that one person that's a good close friend, but you feel like they're like your cousin, the cousin that's like roughly the same age as you, and you fuck with them real, but real good, and you get up to a lot of shit with them. That's like the relationship me and Josh have. Ben, me and Ben have always got on with each other. We've always showed love and respect to one another. Kia, I've known Kia since he used to live on my old street. Um, he also knew my uncle as well, and I think he's a couple of years older than me, is Kia. But whenever I saw Kia, I always got on with him. So yeah, that we have something to look forward to in the new podcast, which is now the JNB podcast. I mean, we're still doing a competition. Don't get me wrong, we're still going to do a competition. If any of you lovely peoples are going to, if you can come out with a new name for the podcast, and if we like it, we will change it again. But this is what it's going to be for the time being. So if you have any ideas of what the podcast channel could be named, get in the comments, let us know. And if say your comment is liked quite much, we'll probably more likely see it first. But we will be checking every single comment and seeing which ones are the best ones. And please, guys, don't be silly with it. Like, don't be like, oh, the fat boys or whatever, like my brother did. Yeah. Come up with some really nice names for us, because we are in a little bit of a struggle coming out with the name. Yeah. But like I said, if you want to see more stuff with the podcast, if you would like to also see more behind the scenes stuff, like we did with one of the last videos that I did, honestly, we had got there, I think it was 2 weeks ago. We got there. Kia wasn't there. He was being a pain in the backside. I think his missus was giving him a bit of grief, etc., etc. It's what happens when you're in a relationship. But he then decided to come. He got there about 10-15 minutes late, and so myself and the boys, as in Ben and Josh, we got started. And honestly, all it was about 10-15 minutes of us just waffling a load of bullshit. We were just waffling shit, and that's why I didn't really want to edit much. Maybe put in a few bits and pieces, etc. But it was just so funny, because it generally felt like it was just a blooper reel. It was a gag reel of just us lot pissing around, not having a flying crap about what we're saying or what we're doing. Basically, still waiting for Kia to come, and it came to about just roughly 10-11 minutes, and I stopped recording, and I was like, I'm keeping you, because that one's good. So I put that out as behind the scenes, and it went down quite well. So if you would like to see more of that sort of stuff, let me know. Let me know, and I can see if I can try and get like a second camera. I can ask one of the guys if they can get a second camera. And we can use one of their phones or one of their cameras and use our other tripod. This one, the one that's broke. Yeah, I mean, it's a very good tripod, don't get me wrong, but as you can see, the top of it's kind of, broke. Yeah, but that's going to be pretty much the end of it. Like I said, I'll show you of what we were talking about in the group chat. But yeah, that, and I'll show you how we came to the name of the JMB podcast. So that is the new name of the podcast for the time being. But if you have any new names that you would like us to change it to, and be within a chance to join us on the podcast if you want to, either if you are local, you can join us live on set. You can join us live on set. But if you're from away and you're not in the local area and you would like to be on the podcast, we would do a Discord episode, and it would be a Discord special, and you guys would be, or girls would be, our guests for the podcast. So yeah, thank you all ever so much for watching. I will see you all next time. And this is your boy Just Small. See you in a bizzle, and peace.